Hello, my name is Ella, and today I want to talk about a specific series and a specific character. And this character's name is Max from Stranger Things. And I guess a lot of people watched it, and Volume 2 just came out this weekend and it was phenomenal. So I thought about talking about her and her mental health a little bit. And yeah, so in this channel, I really want to focus on movies and on series and on characters because I am obsessed with film characters and emotions and mental health and all of this. And I just want to chat about it, and maybe we will find some people who are interested in things like this too. And I want to do it in a casual way, so if I don't get all of the things right, just ignore it because I'm not a professional at at all of this. But her full name is Max Mayfield.
It's Max.
Sorry?
Nobody calls me Maxine. It's Max.
And she was introduced in season 2, and she wasn't a part of season 1, so she didn't know a lot. She didn't know about the whole Upside Down and what happened to Will. So she moved to Hawkins. She is originally from California. She moved to Hawkins when her parents split up and divorced, and her mother ended up marrying Billy's dad.
You miss it?
What?
The ocean, the waves, California.
Dad's still there? So
Why?
it's this legal term called divorce. See when two married people.
Billy was verbally abusing Max a lot.
My stepbrother's always been a dick, but now he's just angry. All the time. Well, he can't take it out on my mom, so
So he takes it out on you?
Max a lot. So, but I think it came from his father, so he adapted that kind of behavior. And he was also a little bit racist towards Lucas. And that's important because Lucas and Dustin both had interest in Max when they first met, and they both were likely to like her and get closer to her. She didn't have the chance to express herself that good or live freely because her brother was so violent towards her friends, and at the same time kind of protective, but yeah, we don't know. So I guess that she really got some bad experiences living there, and a lot of stress and anxiety, and she wasn't in like a secure household overall. Her mother was a little bit weak. She married a violent man. In season 2 they also had the story in Hawkins, and they survived it all. But in season 3 Billy gets possessed, and I feel like Billy was the first victim of Vecna. Billy got and really weird and even more violent, then he started to have some episodes and he couldn't control himself. And just in the end it feels like Billy had some redemption, or he redeemed himself in somehow kind of behavior, because he started thinking about his past and his beautiful past with his mother, and how without his dad being there, that he kind of destroyed his life, and in the end he died. And he died in front of Max. And this is a traumatic experience. Stranger Things kids, all of them seem to have like traumatic experiences, but like move on as if nothing ever happened. That's kind of weird. I don't know like how they deal with that. Besides Will, he always has something, but in the last episode he tells us that that Vecna is never gone, and he always feels this kind of when he's in Hawkins.
Now that I'm here in Hawkins, I can feel him. And he's hurt. He's hurting. But he's still alive.
And it says that the loss of a sibling in childhood is an uncommon occurrence and creates a ripple effect that lasts far into adulthood, impacting all future relationships. And we can see that her future relationships become a little bit different. The relationship between her and her mother is different. The relationship between her and Lucas is different. Lucas doesn't even know really what to do, but he obviously knows that something is up with her, and it's because of Billy. And she has a lot of guilt because they didn't have the greatest sister-brother relationship. So why is she feeling that overwhelmed, that sad? Because she feels a lot of guilt, because she thinks, oh my god, I should be more sad, and she told us that in the last episode.
About how I wanted my brother to die. I thought that you were just trying to upset me. To anger me. But you weren't, were you? You were just telling the truth. Billy, he made my life living hell. Every chance he got.
It says also in the study that the sibling relationship has been called the most complicated of a family, of all of the family ties, and siblings may be friends but also can be enemies, even though they are not blood related. They are tied, they are in the same situation, they have the same dad or stepdad, they have the same their family arrangement, and they were supposed to be tied for life, but now he's just gone. And so there comes the traumatic grief, and the traumatic grief is really complicated and has a lot of different factors. And one of the factors is if the person who suffers from it she witnesses it, and she may have a lot of guilt and self-blame, and the emotional attachment really plays a big role. But in this case she has a lot of self-blame and guilt, and the more violence the death has, the greater is the likelihood of developing the traumatic grief. So Billy's death was pretty traumatic. The end of season 3 with the traumatic grief and the traumatic death of Billy. We are now in season 4, volume 1, where you see a lot of symptoms, a lot of anxiety and depression. She doesn't do the things that she was doing before. She's quieter. She's no more in a relationship with Lucas. She doesn't do a lot of things with her friends. That is one part. She gets nightmares, and she starts like having panic attacks, and that is one part of, I would say, PTSD. And PTSD in the DSM-5 is described as, I will read it for you. PTSD defines post-traumatic stress disorder as being characterized by the re-experiencing. We all know that she's re-experiencing all over again the situation where he dies and he gets like killed by the mind flayer, and by the mind flayer of an extremely traumatic event accompanied by symptoms of increased arousal and by avoidance of stimuli associated with the trauma. I don't know if she really avoided all that stimuli, I don't really see that, but she really has the re-experiencing, and the re-experiencing and all of this is like comes from Vecna. He is showing her these pictures, he's showing her all the bad stuff from her life, and he's showing her. I feel like Vecna is the trauma. He's not only showing her but all the other 3 victims he had, and including Billy. And Elle just tries to get into the memories and show all the good stuff, because when you're depressed you don't really see the good in life, you only see the bad stuff that happened to you, you only see the traumatic stuff that happened to you, and you think, oh, nothing is worth it. And she was stuck in a good memory in the winter ball, and Vecna did what he never did, but he got into her good memory. Like, think about that. He got into her good memory and destroyed that memory, so she has nothing. All of it is burned and all of it is traumatized because he's everywhere and she can't escape to nowhere, like when she was in there. And I wasn't like strong enough to save her, but yeah, she is still there somewhere in a coma, and we all hope that she wakes up, and we all hope that in season 5 she will be happy again and she will not suffer that much. But I read somewhere, or not read, probably saw a TikTok that everything related to Max has something to do with Kate Bush and her albums, and there are songs like Wake the Witch, where a girl is in a coma, gets in a coma, and someone has to wake her, and then her life after she wakes up, so she might wake up. And the Duffer Brothers are really that smart. They are great filmmakers. And overall, Sadie Sink performance, like, excuse me, how good is she? She's like, I want to be her. Like, obviously I want to be an actress someday, one day, but for now I'm just here starting out with doing videos and getting comfortable in front of the camera, because I'm not comfortable in front of the camera yet, and trying to build a perfect version of myself and getting into even talking about movies and talking about series like this. I love it. I'm gonna seeing the amount of work they put in, and the amount of talent and work, a lot of work they put in to give us such a great experience. Like, and I want to do this in the future, and I hope I will make it one day. And yeah, this is it. This is the video for today. Everything about Max that I know, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed talking about it, and I want to do more of this. And if you enjoyed it, subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I'm new to this, so I don't know, but yeah. And if you have some characters or movies that I have to watch and that we can talk about casually, I would love to give you my opinion on that. And I have to keep doing this, keep doing researching and keep doing analyzing characters, and there are such great people on YouTube doing that already, and I just follow this. My favorite channel, by the way, is Cinema Therapy, and I really enjoy their videos, and they're really emotional, and yeah, maybe you could check that out. And I got my inspiration from them. So yeah, that's it, and see you. Bye.